Hi, everybody. This is Claudia Glassman from Mighty Oak Parenting. I just wanted to share with you just two quick things that we have in our house here to help our kids when they're really agitated or really upset or just kind of need to regroup and recenter. And we have a couple of things that we offer them. And as a side note, I have a small area in my office actually with a pillow on our floor that's our calm area. Um, but my kids can really take these anywhere they want. If they'd prefer to sit somewhere else, it's just somewhere I thought of. So whenever my kids are really angry or agitated, I recommend they get their calming jar. And as you can see, it's just a plastic water bottle. We have some that are glass as well, but if your child is younger or likes to throw things, I don't recommend glass. But we have this plastic bottle that I actually made with my oldest when she was 2. If you're going to make it with a young child, just supervise because I had glitter in my house for months. There was not enough vacuuming or mopping to get it all off my floor. So it might also be a good outdoor activity if you have young children and you want to include them. So as you can see here, I've glued the lid shut so that they can't open it and spill glitter water all over the house. But basically, we just tilt it. We watch the glitter fall. You can see there's some bigger pieces in there. I'm not sure if you can see them very well, but there's some bigger pieces in there. Some of my kids made some bottles with like crystal flowers in them. Really get creative with what's in there. And so we play a game. We look at it. We watch it fall. We talk about, do you see the stars? Can you count the stars? Anything to kind of start to get them breathing and calming down. And while I'm doing this with my kids, I'll have them on my lap if they want to sit on my lap, or if they just are so mad that they want to sit on the floor, that's fine too. I take deep breaths, right? So I take breaths like that in hopes that my children will follow me. I don't ask them to take deep breaths. I just do it. And at some point, they'll start to follow your lead. This is great for adults too. There are times when I've sat and watched the glitter fall because it's beautiful. The other thing we can do with this bottle, which I've also found helpful, is talk to our kids a little bit about how their minds work. And so as you can see here, the glitter's swirling, right? So when we're angry and we're agitated and we're kind of all stirred up, all our thoughts swirl and it's hard to think straight and it's hard to make good decisions sometimes. And it's hard to think clearly, but if we can sit still and take some deep breaths, our thoughts will settle right here and we will be clear. And so those are just it's a good visual representation of what our kids are experiencing that they can't put into words. But that is one thing we have. And then the second one is these. These are our rocks. And these rocks I've used with my kids for, I'm going to call it a meditation, but really just like a grounding exercise. And we've used this separate ways too. Sometimes when my kids are really upset, I ask them to pick a rock, any rock. My children have decorated them, which is fine too. You can decorate them, color them with a Sharpie, whatever works. We've used glitter glue, or I'm not even sure what we did with this. But we hold the rocks and we just sit. And again, I take the deep breaths, hoping my children will follow. And then we talk about the rocks. How does it feel? What colors do you see? Is it bumpy? Is it rough? And really just shift the focus to these rocks. And this is really just to bring our kids back into themselves and to center them a little bit so that they can regroup and let go of some of that agitation and then move about their day. And this is really helpful when you start to see your child kind of losing it. If they're already in the middle of like a huge emotional meltdown, it's probably not a good time. Your child may not be receptive to it. You can always try, and if they say no, just respect that. But those are the two things we have here. And again, I have them in a corner of my office with a small sitting area that they can go to. These bottles make their way around the house. They're really in pretty much every room because my kids move them. But these are great too because you can take them in the car. And, even if you're not using them for calming purposes, they can be entertaining and very pretty to watch. So try those out. See how they work for you. There's tons of variations of this. Get creative. Do whatever works for you and your family and your kids. But try them out and see if they help. Have a great day.